Hello, beautiful unicorns. Welcome back to my Get Your Shit Together weekly live guidance that I host every single week on Thursdays at 11:45 a.m. Eastern Time-ish in this Facebook group, Heal the Unicorn Emotional Healing and Spiritual Growth for Women. So if you're listening to this video, to this podcast on a different platform, come check out the group, see if it is a place that you have been looking for that can help you on your growth and spiritual awakening and most importantly, healing journey. And if not, no hard feelings whatsoever. Keep looking for a place you can call home where you feel so comfortable and so safe to be your most truest authentic self and most vulnerable self and have the guidance and support of everyone in the community to help you through those moments. Because we all know those are moments and they're temporary, they're not permanent. So, as always, your loyal host, Yana Kasperczak, and I am your certified professional performance and spiritual awakening core energy coach, and it has been my soul's purpose to help women, to help you get your shit together so you can break free from that mental prison you find yourself in and build a life, a business, and or a career that you are obsessed with. To summarize it, my job, my passion are one and the same, and it is to help women feel obsessed about living. And whatever that is, whatever that looks like to them, whatever that sounds like to them, I forgot to put my favorite rings on. So whatever that obsession means to you, I'm here to help you reignite that obsession. And today's topic that I have is how to cultivate inner peace and more inner peace in just 21 days. And I say more inner peace because you already do have inner peace. Even if you don't feel like you do, you do. You have maybe not as much as you want. Maybe they are small little moments or a little bit longer moments of that inner peace, but you do have inner peace. So it's already in you, it's already within you. And when you want more of it, that's where you gotta do what works for you to cultivate that inner peace. And when we focus on lack, that we don't have enough inner peace or I want more of it, that really speaks from the lack that we don't have it. And the universe will show us in all these different, unique, interesting ways how right we are. Because it's there for us. Doing everything it can to remind us of how powerful we are. And we do forget that once in a while. So, here's how I'm gonna start off today's podcast. I already reminded you that you have the inner peace. You just need to, or perhaps you are ready to tap into that part of you a little bit more each and every day, a little bit more, and a little bit more, a little bit more. But what really got me to bring this topic today to share with everyone, to talk about this inner peace, is because that's something that I really badly wanted and desired in my life. And it felt like no matter what I did, I couldn't have it. It just felt like, it's like, you know how it felt like I was just, everything was going well and everything is going smoothly. And finally, we're getting to feel that happiness and joy and that peace that I've been wanting, that calm, that peace, that no more anxiety, no more fear, no more triggers. And then something happens, and then something else happens, and something else, something else, something else, and it's like, oh my God, how can I can't keep up with it. It just feels like an avalanche, and I am just being swept underneath that avalanche, and feels like every bone in my body is broken, and I still gotta climb out through this avalanche, being snowed in, to catch breath, to feel alive and see the light and be reminded that it's there. And it was a really challenging time in my life. But I will forever be grateful and thankful for that challenging time, because those are the very times that make us stronger, that teaches the most powerful lessons, the best lessons and the most memorable and the most powerful lessons that really, really change our life are the ones that are the most painful. They're not the ones that we learned in school, where you're sitting and you're reading a book and you're learning from a book, and then you apply the knowledge that you've learned. It's not the lessons that we really truly remember. That's not the lessons that shape who we are. It's the ones that hurt the most. And here is what I realized in the midst of this avalanche, as I was climbing out for I don't know how many times, maybe 100, maybe 1,000 time that I was climbing out of this avalanche, trying to see that light, only to learn that the light itself is an illusion, that it's everywhere, right? Otherwise, the darkness doesn't exist without the light. One cannot exist without the other. And it's a process to even understand that. But what I realized was more like a question that came through to for me, was, how can I have inner peace with someone that I don't know and I don't understand? It's easier to apply this question with our friends, right? Let's say you just met someone. You don't know them and you don't understand them. So in the beginning of this relationship, this friendship, you are excited, you are inspired, and you are giving your best, and that person is giving their best, and you're trying to get to know each other, and you're trying to show each other who you are, but you're showing each other the best version of yourself that you believe that person wants to see. And then 6 months go by, a year goes by, maybe even more. Maybe at this point you're friends for 15 years. And maybe you don't even know who this person is anymore. You feel like you don't know who they are, or you don't understand them and their thought process. How can you spend time with that person feeling at peace and being peace? You can't. Because your wheels are constantly spinning as you're trying to figure out who this person is in front of you, that you thought you knew and you don't. You're trying to understand them because at one point you believed and thought that you understood them, and now you don't. Now, if you remove this friend out of this example and see yourself as that friend, it's you and yourself. How can you have inner peace with yourself and be at peace with yourself when you don't even know and understand the basics of who you are? And that's why, if we really want inner peace, if we really, really, really want inner peace, and not just hope one day we'll have it, and it's like more like wishful thinking that we'll be at peace and we'll have inner peace, that we truly want inner peace and we'll do whatever it takes to get there. And then that's when the work really starts. In order for any one of us to have peace, it is not an external job. It is not dependent on anyone or anything in your life. Yes, can it make it easier? Absolutely. Is it going to be helpful? Abso-freaking-lutely. But when you really truly understand that anything that you want, and especially when it comes to inner peace, it's an inside job. That's why it's called inner peace and not outer peace. There's essentially no such thing as outer peace. It's just inner peace. And then you feel that peace within you, because outside of you, you don't feel it. Outside of you, it's someone else or something else, and they might not be feeling peace, but that's not you, that's them. That's the external world. Even when there is, let's talk about the weather for a second, because I know we all love to talk about the weather, don't we? It's usually the best icebreaker, isn't it? Because something that we can all somewhat understand, yet none of us are meteorologists. So when there is a storm outside, whether it's rain, snow, or hail, or whatever it is, the words are not coming up properly because I have a headache and I worked out a little too much on my shoulders and my neck yesterday. And I also put away all the decorations and carried these big buckets and baskets downstairs. So this headache is affecting my my head and my speech. So this is where everything is coming out a little bit slower and a little bit maybe even not the proper pronunciation, and with a little bit lack of sleep as well on top of that. So in order for us to have and acquire that inner peace, we must earn it. We must spend the time to understand who we truly are. And it's a challenging process because there is not that many things available out there for you to go step by step to figure out who you are, why you are, and where to go from that point on. So this is why I want to also talk about the 21-day challenge that we had created in the middle of the summer, this past summer, who there's a few women who have gone through it, and they have really started to understand themselves. And this 21-day challenge was designed and created with this core thought in mind of how can we help women to really truly understand themselves and tap into that inner peace. Because when you start to understand yourself, you become at peace. You become peace with the most important person to you, and that is you. We are the most important person in our own world because we are literally the only person in our own world. Our own world exists within us, and it consists primarily of feelings, emotions, thoughts, which are connected to all the triggers that we have, the buttons, the annoyances that people pull out of us and allow us to see that we got some more work to do. So that's why we put together this 21-day challenge, which is, let me actually see the name because it's a longer name. It's not exactly 21-day challenge, but I call it 21-day challenge. It's called Inner Peace Journey, Release Worry, and Embrace the Present Moment in 21 Days. So basically, just to sum it up, for the 21 days, there's a lesson and a workbook that you do. And we really put a lot of energy and a lot of work and a lot of information that I don't talk about. I don't share very much anywhere else because this is proprietary information that I have acquired through IPEC coach training. So therefore, it is in this program that is practically for pennies, especially when you really start going through it and see what's in it and how much knowledge and wisdom and tools that are available in this program. Whereas many other people and companies, they charge a pretty penny for programs like this. So that's what I want to also suggest and recommend. Go check out. Hey, Katie, how are you doing? Beautiful. Happy Thursday to you as well. To check out that inner peace journey where you get to release worry and embrace the present moment in just 21 days. Now, also, because I don't, how do I put it? I don't like to just come on and offer something to you and try to sell you on something. I always like to actually help and give you some helpful information. It's not from the 21-day challenge because in order for you to gain it all, you must go through it. And I already said it's practically proprietary information from iPad coach training that we are allowed to share and take women or men on a journey to whatever it is that they're trying to go on a journey, which is here in to inner peace. Now, here's what I will also add, which there are some of these lessons in the 21-day challenge, because these are the ones that are not, these are the ones that I have learned, I have acquired, and I have come up with as well. And I'll start with one of my favorites is decluttering and organizing your space. You cannot think clearly, feel good when there's clutter all around you. There might be a drawer that is really nagging on you to get it done, to clean it out, to organize it. Or there might be a room or a space. And when you spend time cleaning and organizing, what you're also doing is unconsciously you're cleaning and organizing and restructuring your own mind. And maybe on top of it all, you're proving to yourself that you are disciplined and that you can do an amazing job decluttering and organizing any space. And that you're not held back by that fear of, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to do it, I don't know where to start or where to begin, I'm not good at that. For many of you, that could be the very voice that comes up. But just like any other person, here's how I'll put it. Nobody knows where to start until they start. You start from the beginning. You take everything out, put it in the middle of the room, and start with the one piece right there. Keep, toss, or give away. Simple as that. And then if you're keeping it, put it in the keep pile. Once you're separated by piles, you have decluttered. Now, everything that you're not keeping, put it away, donate, or wherever it's going. Everything that you are keeping, find a space for it. Every single thing that you have needs to have as a designated space for it. It's almost like if you can look in the room, if you picked something up, like this pen, for example, that there would be an outline for that pen because this is where this pen belongs. And when we put things in place like that, where they actually belong, we feel calm and settled. It allows us to feel at peace and be peace because we know where everything is exactly and precisely. Now, of course, within reason, like you're not gonna go and outline actually every single thing, but every object, every item wants to belong and wants to feel that they're at home, just like every human being does. And when they don't have a place, right? When the item doesn't have a place, it feels out of place. Yes, some of you might be like, oh, Yana, things don't have feelings. It's not the actual thing itself. It's the person who it belongs to unconsciously has that. And there's also that energy of of the item. Every item holds on to the energy, and until it is welcome. It's like when you have clothes in your closet and they still have tags on them, they don't feel like they're at home. They feel like they're going to be leaving soon. They don't feel like it's like having a gift that's unwrapped and you don't even know what's in there. But when you take the tags off, you're saying, okay, you're staying, and you feel much more at peace. Now, another practice that's going to help you to tap into that inner peace. Two practices. One, breathing techniques. There is so many different types of breathing techniques. For me, the one that has always been a go-to, simple, you can do it anywhere. Slow breath in, hold, and breathe out. And I would do it for the even amount of counts. So sometimes I might do to the count of 5, I breathe in, and then I hold to the count of 5, and then I breathe out to a count of 5. Sometimes I just need the breath to be even slower. So I breathe in for the count of 8, hold for the count of 8, and breathe out. And then another breath is just breathe in to the count of 5 and breathe out to the count of 5, or maybe even longer. But the holding part is just holding that breath for as long as I can until I feel like I can't hold it anymore. And another powerful breath for me has been breathing in calmly and steadily, and then breathe out and hold my breath without the breath in. And then when I'm ready, breathe in. So it's kind of the opposite. And then there's also Wim Hof breath. Highly recommend going to check out Wim Hof. He is absolutely amazing. And if you look into him a little bit deeper, you get to hear his story and why he is, what made him the man that he is today. And then also Bethany Briggs does amazing breath work and breath techniques. So check out these two people that I would recommend, and it will help you with your breath. And meditation is another one. And of course, in 21 Day Challenge, there's meditation in there as well. There's actually a couple of meditations, and each one is powerful, and each one is there for a reason that helps you along your journey to finding yourself and your inner peace. But when it comes to meditation, figure out what type of meditation you like. There's so many different types and styles. If you find yourself almost like beating yourself up and feeling that you're not doing it right, you're not meditating right, or you must be doing it in a certain way, then I would recommend going down the rabbit hole of just understanding what meditation is and its purpose and the type of different meditations, and you will see that there's no limit to what meditation is. For me, I do like guided, and then other times I just like the music and sound in the background, while other times I just like to hear my own breath. And there's other times where I'll sit and I'll just feel my pulse, right? So there's different types of meditations, but the goal of meditation usually is to calm the mind. And the reason for calming the mind is because there could be a lot of things happening. So calming it and letting go of all those thoughts and all those plans might be the very thing that you need. Being overly stimulated is another thing that you can do that will help you to bring inner peace and tap into inner peace, is because we're living in such a digital world that we can become very easily overstimulated. watching a show, there's a lot of information being thrown at you. And maybe on top of that, you're scrolling through social media, maybe listening to music. Sometimes we just need to turn everything off and just be, with some calming sounds or calming music or nothing at all, or sitting outside and just hearing the wind or the birds or even the silence or your own breath or your own pulse, and just connecting with yourself and with your body. So stimulation is going, like reducing stimulation is going to be one of the things that definitely will help you with bring in more inner peace. And most importantly, at the bookends of the day, which means in the morning and right before bed. In the morning, for the first minimum 20 minutes, shouldn't be on any technology. Just be you and you. And in the evening, for a minimum of an hour before bed, not being exposed to any tech. Another, well, of course, spending time in nature is going to be helpful as well to tap into that inner peace, practicing gratitude, and focusing on your senses. If you're really feeling overwhelmed, what is helpful? Um, your sight. Just look around the room and either pick something to focus on and just look at it and admire it and think about, come up with different thoughts or words that come to mind with that object, or look around the room for a specific color, just seeing everything that is green. I have, um, I call it a green brain. I'll show you so you look, oh, green brain. Uh, Green brain, right? Which is just kind of like a moss looking ball. I have a green brain. I have green, green mushroom. Then I have green leaves. I have green curtain. I have green plant number one, plant number two, and just looking at all these different things, and even like the texture as well, the smell. This doesn't really have too much smell, just some fabric smell, but the wood has a smell. So tapping into your senses, and that can bring in some inner peace to you, right? Um, Self compassion, checking in with yourself. Are you being compassionate today? How are you talking to yourself right now? And maybe looking at your to do list or the things that you're committing to. Is it too much or is it not enough? Are you over promising and under delivering, or are you under promising and could be over delivering? Do you want to be doing more or less? And really checking in. Even just listening to calming music, listening to sounds that soothe you. I also like to listen to frequency of the moon, or frequency of the Saturn rings, or frequency of Earth on from YouTube, and just listen with headphones and really just sit there and listen. And it really takes me to almost like a different dimension, different state of mind, state of being. So these are just a few other suggestions, recommendations, because I can't tell you what to do or how to do it, nor would I want to, of how you can tap into more inner peace in your life in 21 days. But literally, if you do want to tap into that inner peace in just 21 days, I, not to be biased, because of course, in this example, I am in a way biased, but I'm also biased because I've gone through everything that I've put into the 21-day challenge. I've gone through it personally, time and time again, and I know that everything that's in there works, and works like magic. If you do the work, you will notice the difference. And 21 days is a very small commitment. Very small commitment. And the cost of it is even smaller. So, I will actually put the link in the comments section of this video, so that way it is easy for each and every one of you to find it. And go and check it out. Go sign up. I honestly could not recommend it more. Some of you have already gone through it, so, and you have been talking about it and mentioning it here and there and everywhere, and I appreciate that 1,000%. Thank you. And I'm glad that it has helped you to have more inner peace in your life. And when you have more peace in your life, you bring more peace to other people's lives as well. It's a ripple effect. And it's one of those things that is inevitable. It is kind of the opposite of when you spend some time with a really negative, sad, and depressed person, and then you feel that way. This is where when you spend time with people who are at peace, who are peace and peaceful, you will feel that way as well, naturally, without trying to. And I have been that dark person, and I have rubbed off on people in that way, whether they were conscious of it or not. And I've spent time with those people, so I know what that's like, because those people rubbed off on me day in, day out, day in, day out for over 6 months that I didn't even realize. And that wasn't even the time when I was awake yet. I was still sleeping. And then that is the very thing that really helped me to go into my spiritual awakening and wake up as a spirit and start questioning everything. And when we question, we get answers. And to every question, there's at least one answer. So you can imagine that sometimes there's a lot of answers that come through for that one question that we ask. So keep asking questions and you will get the answers. And then you get to choose and pick which one makes the most sense and the best choice for you. So that is all that I wanted to share and talk about today. Thank you very much to each and every one of you who was on here live, who hopped on, said hello while you could, and looking forward to seeing and hearing from each one of you who is going to be watching this on replay. And we'll see each other next Thursday at 11:45 a.m. Eastern Time in this group for another one of these Get Your Shit Together weekly life guidance with myself, Yana Kasperczak. We'll always see each other on Monday for the card reading at 11:45 once again in this group. And perhaps we'll see each other in the 21-day challenge. So I really do hope to see you there, and I highly, highly hope to see you there growing, taking it all in, learning and growing, and becoming much more at peace with yourself and with your life, but most importantly, with who you are, and understanding that who you're being is not truly who you are. And until next time, bye everybody. Have an amazing rest of your day and weekend.